All right. Have you seen everything you wanted to? Ready to move on now?
Aha. Mit dem Eimer natürlich. Oh, das sieht gut aus hier. Guck mal. Ist gut gemacht. Was ist das denn?
So, Stanley, what do you think? Do you like all of the new features? Yes, I know it's not exactly clear yet how exactly these features will come together as one single coherent video game, but I can feel it in my soul. It's going to work. There's definitely a good game in there somewhere. Say, let's do an experiment. I'll arrange these new features together and we'll see whether or not it coheres into a meaningful gameplay experience. Okay. Are you ready? Here it is. I give you the Stanley Parable 2. Well, I mean, there's potential here, right? It's sort of... Okay, never mind. Hold on. Let me do a different arrangement. Okay, yes, this is much better. I feel good about this. Here we go. Version 2. Who am I kidding, Stanley? This isn't a coherent video game at all. It's a lot of gags. And I do very much enjoy creating gags, but they don't add up to anything. I wanted more than anything to create a sequel that would capture all the magic of the first game. I wanted fans to love it. No matter how good these gags are, they won't stand on their own. They would need the structure and the gameplay of the original. Wait, maybe that's it. I can take the original Stanley Parable and simply, well, insert a few of my new features into it. Tastefully, of course. With respect. With care for the vision and integrity of the original game. Would it possibly work? I suppose it could. But it would need a really, really tremendous title screen. A title screen that says with bold and uncompromising conviction, "This is the Stanley Parable 2." Let me see if I can whip something up. All right, perfect. Go ahead. Take a look.
Okay. Das sieht ja gut aus. Das mag ich. Sehr schön. Wollen wir mal beginnen, das Spiel? Gucken, wie die Einstellungen aussehen. Alles rot. Sehr schön. Okay. Ist jetzt auch alles rot?
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy. And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Und da sind die Luftballons tatsächlich da. Schön.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Oh! Der Eimer! Soll ich den nehmen? Ich weiß nicht, ob ich den nehmen soll. Ja, oder? Komm.
Stanley picked up the bucket.
Okay.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Nein.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room.
Ja.
But Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Was this better than the meeting room? Yes, Stanley thought to himself. Yes, perhaps it truly was. How insightful the bucket turned out to be.
Ja.
No, never mind. The bucket was wrong.
Okay.
Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
No, said the bucket. Don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Go there. Go to the cargo lift.
Okay, aber können wir da jetzt überhaupt hin? Weil... War das nicht vorher anders?
Good, said the bucket. Now ride the lift all the way to the top. There's something up there I need you to do.
Stanley did not question why or how this bucket was speaking, but Stanley feared that any path he walked might lead to the separation of himself and the bucket, his dearest friend. So he threw himself to his death, that they might die in one another's arms. How deeply touching.
Ich wollte rüberspringen. Oh Mann. Ich wollte wirklich rüberspringen. Okay.
All of his co-workers were gone.
Okay,
What could
Moment.
it mean? Stanley
Moment.
decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Ich lasse diesen komischen Eimer jetzt auch mal da. Das ist ja furchtbar. So.
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well.
Ja, ja, lass mich
Perhaps he
mal was
wanted to stop by
ausprobieren.
the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Okay.
Wow. Yes, this room. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Nee. Ich wollte rüberspringen.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the
Warte,
fact
ich versuch's
is that
mal
the
noch mal.
story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley.
What? Really?
So.
I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show
Okay.
you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance.
Ich hätte den Eimer mitnehmen sollen, glaube ich. Okay. Hier war ich noch nie. Auch damals nicht. Auch damals nicht, als ich das Spiel zum ersten Mal gespielt habe. Also vor Jahren.
Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door.
You found one of them. One of the miniature Stanley figurines. Remember, no
Yes!
reward for collecting all of these, only the intrinsic pleasure of a job well done. You can't buy that sort of happiness, Stanley. God knows I've tried. So, I implore you to savor each and every moment you come across one of these beautiful figurines.
Schön. Okay, weil hier war ich jetzt tatsächlich noch nie. Und da ich heute rot anhabe, würde ich rot.
Oh, thank God you are willing to listen to me. Do you see that I really have wanted you to be happy all this time?
Yeah,
The
yeah.
problem is all these choices. The two of us always trying to get somewhere that isn't here. Running and running and running, just the way you're doing right now. Don't you see that it's killing us, Stanley? I wanted to stop. I would We would both be so much happier if we just stopped. And I think I have a solution. Here, let me show you.
Ich wollte gerade sagen, das hier erinnert mich gerade an einen Ort, an dem ich selbst mal gearbeitet habe, tatsächlich. Moment. Okay. Juhu!
What do we want? What are we looking for?
Ich weiß nicht. Was haben wir denn da? Was ist denn das hier?
Here. Yes. Oh, it's beautiful, isn't it? If we just stay right here, right in this moment with this place, Stanley, I think I feel happy.
Was ist das?
I actually feel happy.
Okay. Das ist doch voll schön, aber... Ich verstehe nicht so ganz, was da... Oh, wie schön das ist. Guck mal. Voll schön. Was ist das hier für ein Ort? Oh. Ja, jetzt kommt es mit Grün. Können wir einfach für immer hier bleiben? Das ist voll schön. Ich will ja noch Collectibles sammeln gehen. Jetzt kommt Rot dazu und Pink. Oh, das ist voll schön. Aber ich muss ja noch weiterspielen. Ich will die ganzen anderen Sachen ja noch sammeln. Also die Puppen. Wenn die überhaupt sammelbar sind. Aber ich glaube schon. Okay. Ja, ich glaube, wir müssen weiter. Ich warte mal noch ein bisschen. Das ist beruhigend. Das ist beruhigend. Nicht dieser komische Eimer. Das hier ist beruhigend. Das ist richtig schön.